Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode to listen to Cape Breton. I'm so glad to invite my best friend, Anna, to my home, and we will do a very exciting and casual chat. So, hello, Anna. Could you do an introduction for our viewers?
Sure. Thank you for having me. My name is Ana Maria. I come from Colombia. I arrived like 5 months ago here in Cape Breton. I come with my son and my daughter, and hopefully my husband is gonna join us soon next year.
Wow, wonderful. So when I first saw you, and I just feel a connection with you, and it has a lot of fun with you and talk. So I have a question. So what did you brought you into Canada?
Okay, several things. So first of all, the experience of living abroad. I think we, as a family, we all wanted to experience that. I wanted to do a higher degree program, so yeah, like studying an MBA was a good choice for us. And for my husband's and my kids' side, we want them to be more fluent in English, so we decided to come to Canada. We have family living here, so it was kind of the obvious choice. But we waited for a long time in order to do it. This was a plan for a long time, and we just like had the courage to do it recently.
Yeah, I guess we are the similar age, right? And we both have family and kids. So I think when we are in the middle age, and this is a very challenging time for us to move into a new country. So I think it is a good thing for us now. And you have been here for a while. And what were the first impression of Canada and Cape Breton?
Well, it's funny because I arrived first in Montreal, so it was kind of a different look of Canada, a big city, so I liked it very much. I got to spend like 2 weeks there. And then I came by car to Cape Breton, which was also an awesome experience. So I get to travel around some province, and my first impression was like that it was very secure. I felt secure. It was organized. And here at Cape Breton, I feel like it was so peaceful, it's a small city, very, with a lot of wild life around. So I liked it very much that it was more peaceful. I come from a big city. I come from Bogota, which is huge. So this change was really good, and I liked it very much. Also for my kids, because they were allowed to go like to the street and play. And at the time I arrived, it was summer, so we get advantage of the long days to kind of experience the life here at Cape Breton.
Yeah, I guess kids will like here very much. And okay, next question. What are the most exciting memories or experience in Canada?
Okay. Exciting in a good way or both?
Both.
Well, exciting. Yeah, I think like experience the Canadian culture has been exciting in all the meaning. I have had like some experience, like when I was driving here, I got pulled by an officer, like police, because I didn't know what to do when the lights were on, and so he pulled me to a side, and I was like, no, I only have been here like for 2 weeks, and I already have trouble with police. But he was just kind of teaching me how Canadians do, like when the police has to go through. It was funny, but it was also really scary for me as a foreigner, to be pulled aside by the police. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, just like experience a new life. It's very challenging, but it's also awesome, and get to know how people from Canada do the things they do. And which is also really nice is that I speak like people from Canada, but here is like people from everywhere. It's like the whole world in just an island. There's people from India, from China, from, I don't know, Arabic countries, from Latin America. So it's really nice to get to see all the world in just one city. That's also a thing I find really amazing of this experience.
Yeah, you have mentioned that Cape Breton is a very multicultural island, even though it's a very small island. And we can come across a lot of friends who are from different countries. And so, is there any challenging time for you in Cape Breton?
Challenging. Well, yeah, as I came like by myself with 2 of my kids, the most challenging thing has been that, to be able to go to school and to keep the track with them, and I have to unblock levels of Canadian life here, like they have to come by themselves to the house, and that for me was really strange since I come from a big city and you are not allowed to leave the kids to go by themselves. So that has been really challenging for me and my own experience, because well, I think maybe if I have come with my husband, that would be like a whole new or a different experience. But in my case, that was one. And I think there are some people that can relate with my experience if they come like a single parent.
Yeah. So when I found that you just take care of 2 kids by yourself, 1 mom, I think it's so amazing, and I can't imagine if I was you, and how can I handle those things. So I really admire your spirit.
Sometimes people tell me that I'm brave. I think I'm more like crazy, you know. And yeah, I have so much like admiration, you can say, to single parents. They are the best. They're like heroes. And it is not my case. I have my husband back home, but experience this, it's very challenging. But it's also kind of nice doing it here, mostly because I find the island and Sydney to be very secure for them. You know?
Yeah, secure place. So you have a lot of challenging things you need to tackle. So did you have any tips for newcomers, and could you share your your tactics to tackle these challenging things?
Yes, well, I think language is one of the most important things you as a newcomer have to have, and being able to express yourself and to understand other people that are speaking in English. And some of them have like really strong accents. So, for instance, me or you, we all speak. We all speak like English, but in a different accent, and sometimes that's hard to understand. And if you don't have the level of speaking or understanding English, that's going to be much more challenging. So, arriving with a good level of English, it's kind of one of the advice I can give anyone planning to come to Canada. And another thing is like, I don't know, for us Latin people, we are used to arrive in places and kind of adjust to the culture, but that's not the case to everyone. So I think if you are going to a new place, you have to be open-minded to get to know the culture and to embrace yours, not lose it, but kind of understand the other point of view, you know? That's something that can be challenging for everyone that it's not from Canada and arrives like from a new culture and new language and a new kind of how they see the world.
You mentioned just being open, and it's very important thing for newcomer, and I really admire this. Of course, like many Chinese students, we just like to stay together as a group of Chinese, but you are so open. You always talk with all kinds of friends, teachers. So it gives me a lot of good example for us.
Yeah, and I think we have to be aware that we're gonna make mistakes, especially when we're speaking, and I think for Canadians they don't mind. They are really supportive. Like when you're speaking and you do some mistakes, they don't judge you. They're just willing you to let be yourself and to speak with them. But for us, it's kind of like, oh no, what a shame. I'm not speaking correctly, or I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. So I think we have to overcome that shame of speaking and of being out of our comfort zone in a way. And I think that's good. A piece of advice my brother-in-law gave us was to have our group of Latin people, our own culture, because we were going to be close home, but not only stay there, but kind of open and have new friends that in a way they can give you tools to improve the language, to adjust better, to find connections, because now we're studying, but sometimes soon we're going to be working, and we need those type of networking in order to find a good job, or at least a job we like. So if we don't start doing it from the beginning, I believe it's going to be harder, like in a long time.
I guess these 2 years give us a gap year for adapt to this culture. But as a Chinese, we have a culture of don't lose faith. You know that? Just be losing faith in Chinese culture is very it's not a good thing. Of course, if you make a mistake, they will think, well, maybe others just think I'm not good, I'm not perfect, I need to behave perfectly, but no one cares actually.
They don't. It's funny, like
especially in university, it's a safe place for everyone.
And it's funny because for Colombians, it's really sometimes we see a lot of how you look.
Yeah.
You know, you have to look a certain way, to behave a certain way, and Canadians really don't mind. They're
really?
just like in their own world, and if you go out, like we said, kids go without clump their
Crazy
hair,
hair.
or if they don't dress up like really elegant, no one cares. It's just you, like they care about other things. They care about you speaking with them. They care about, but they don't care about how you look or how you talk
point.
or.
Good point. And sometimes you can see a lot of students just wear the slippers, right?
Yeah.
So it can be, happens in China.
yeah, and I guess we relate on that because we are also a culture that we take deep care of how we look and how we behave. And it's funny to get here and understand that no one really cares. That everyone is just like minding their own business in that sense. So yeah, we are kind of, and I can see them like the first day of class, like most of our classmates were like really formal. Yeah. For example, you look like a lawyer, perfect. And I was just looking at you, and at the end of the just
one lesson, behave
proper.
Yeah.
And at the end, everyone was more comfortable. Like I can wear whatever I want. If I want just to be elegant because I like it, you can be.
Yeah.
It's not that you don't have to, but you can be whatever you want to, or however you want to. And that's really cool about this.
When you feel comfortable and you can, I guess we can prefer more open. If we just feel very formal way and you think, I cannot make mistake because I need to be professional. So I think this is maybe some little advice for newcomers, especially new students, right?